Today, my friends, I have for you an all you need to know guide to Yetis here at Town Hall 12. This guide is going to give you the most in-depth breakdown in order to teach you guys how to use Yetis at Town Hall 12. That's right, guys, a long requested video here at Town Hall 12 for Yetis and Yeti variations. So that is what we're going to be taking a look at. Mostly this is Yeti Smash. So basically this Yeti Smash guide is going to really be able to teach you guys a lot. So I've heard Town Hall 12 is somewhat difficult to definitely difficult. So I want to try and bring out a couple more videos of different strategies that work really well. As time goes on, we're going to expand that. We might get Drag Bat, we might get Drag Clone, who knows? We'll see exactly what, I can get. But other than that, you guys get the idea of what we're trying to do here. So we already did hybrid. We did 2 videos on hybrid, one with the Yeti Bomb and one with the Siege Barrack. But here we're going to be looking at Yeti Smash. We've got multiple different variations. We've got this one, which is actually a normal variation, which is actually using bowlers and the Yetis. The idea, though, is that when you are using an attack like this, you are trying to make sure that you can get the funnel correct. So with that being said, on this base here, you want to make sure that you are narrowing down the pathing of the base. So this way you're going to be looking, basically you're trying to look for something like this to enter into the base. The best thing here is you don't need to worry about there being a slow effect at Town Hall 12. There is no slow effect like Town Hall 13, so it's a lot easier to use Yetis when diving into the Town Hall. So I would definitely take advantage of bases to where if you're able to dive right into the Town Hall with the Yetis, it's gonna allow you to really wreck through it. Just make sure that you're popping the Warden. That is going to be big. You can also use a Warden walk with this, but I haven't really seen it so far, but you can definitely still do that. But what we're going to be seeing here, and what you guys should probably try to do, is start off your attack with a Queen Walk. It doesn't have to go into a single Inferno or anything. All you need to do is walk your Queen in. This is all you've got to do. Another thing that you have to do on the other side is create the other side of the funnel using the King probably or something like that. Let me use a different color so you guys can see it. But still, getting the understanding of using the King here in this case in order to make sure that you're able to create that side of the funnel. And we've also got a Siege Barrack. Now, for those of you who don't have access to Siege Barracks at Town Hall 12, then I would suggest you guys try to bring possibly the Battle Blimp and do a Yeti Bomb. You can still get something, but I would say it's a lot better with the Siege Barrack, but we'll see throughout all of these examples that we have here for you guys. I think the Siege Barrack is just a lot more dominant. If you don't have access to it, then I would definitely look for either a Town Hall 13 or try to look for a different clan that you can request for Siege Barracks. So as you can see, I'm going to be drawing right here where that Siege Barrack is going to go. So for those of you who have the Siege Barrack, then that would definitely be a spot. Just sort of thinking about you're already clearing this area out with the Baby Dragon and the Queen. So you've got to just think about, all right, where's the next best area for the Siege Barrack? And they would be right there. So with that out of the way, that gives you guys the idea of what's going on. This is just like Pack-a-Smash. Think of this like a Pack-a-Smash attack. It shouldn't be too difficult. All you're trying to do, though, is create easy pathing for your Yetis and your bowlers to go in. You also have Hog Riders in your Siege Barrack. If you have to bring a Battle Blimp, or if you have to bring a Battle Blimp, remember to use a Yeti Bomb, 2 Yetis. But you'll see also right here, I just want to quickly come back to this. Notice that what we're doing here. We created the funnel on both sides. So we created the funnel over here with the Baby Dragon. This is going to allow ourselves to sort of create this pathing for our Queen. Our Queen should be able to take out this building and possibly that building when she goes in. Now we're dropping in the Yetis here with the King driving in here. So what we're doing now is we have easy pathing, like I said. Easy pathing moving in. So now we can drop in our Yetis. This is really, really easy. I mean, right now, by far, this has to be extremely easy. So you'll see right now is that what we're doing on up here. So we're dropping in a giant because there was a cannon and an archer tower almost in range of that siege barrack. It would have definitely caused some problems. That's why the attacker decided to bring a giant. So that's something to consider. And it's not just this strategy, but really any strategy. So if you see some defenses on the outside to where a good place for a siege barrack would go, then definitely use a giant. It's a really good tank here. So you'll see is that what we're doing there is we're just carving out much more of a funnel, which allows our Yetis to stay in the base. So you'll see that as everything drives into the town hall area, we will poison the CC. Once it goes down underneath the Yetis in the rage, we're going to use the warden. This is only if you're going right into the town hall. So you'll see as you're moving straight into the base, this is the reason why the attacker brought jump spells. He used the super wall breakers to break himself into the first layer. This is like it's right here, almost right behind my head. But then the next layer was right over the town hall, and then the third layer was right over that eagle area. So you guys can see exactly where those jump spells are being used. There are two of them right there. You guys can definitely tell as you're driving in, making sure that you're getting a lot of value from using them. Now, what about using the rage spells? Well, the rage spells should be used really just to drive the Yetis and the bowlers straight through the base. I mean, think of this as a pack of Smash, but with Yetis. Yetis have an easier time getting through the base, as the Yeti Mites do a lot of the work in terms of the defenses. So definitely the Yetis are really quite strong. I would definitely say about 7 to 8 is about a good amount. Just depends on what you're bringing. So in this case, he was bringing 5 bowlers and 8 Yetis. But this was still a very good way to really use this attack. Now, of course, as you see right here, all of it thinned out. So this is a good example of seeing what can really happen with an attack like this to where it could thin out. We still have a lot of defenses. We have no more spells, no abilities at all. So realistically, how we get through it, like basically, how do we get through something like this? Well, the Yetis, as long as you have still one Yeti up, then that can still work. Yetis aren't nearly as strong as they were before, but still giving you guys a really clear example. I know this one was long, but it's a great way for you guys to understand how to use Yetis here at Tunnel 12. But now let's go ahead and move on into another example using Yeti Smash. So we've got another example, and here we've got a Yeti Bomb, and we're going to be seeing an example of a Warden Walk. So I really want you guys to really pay attention. Now, one thing I will take away from this is that Yetis are not nearly as strong as they used to be at Tunnel 12. And more specifically, they are definitely thinning out by the end of the raid. At the end of this, there were no Yetis on the field. It was just the Queen and the Warden. So that really tells you that even though this is a very strong strategy, it's very base dependent. So for those of you who are interested in using Yetis, I would highly advise you guys really take the time to practice this, see what bases they work on, what they don't, and definitely just play around with them, because they are definitely going to be a pretty high skill cap, at least in some capacity. Even though it may not seem like it, you know, you will be failing some to maybe even most of the time with Yetis, especially if the entire attack is almost thinning out. So make sure that your Queen and Warden don't die. So the biggest thing that you guys need to take away from this is you are using the Warden Walk to create the funnel. So we're just going to be funneling out these buildings here. That means that we're funneling out the opposite side with the King. That's going to allow us to send our Yetis into this area, just following that arrow. So that's really what we're going to be trying to do here in this example. So let's show you guys this as an example. So we're going to be dropping in the Warden, then the healers. So this is a really good way to establish a funnel. Warden walks are probably one of the strongest ways to create a funnel. Let me know if you guys want to see a Warden walk guide, or just even a Warden guide for those of you who are at Town 11 Plus. Let me know in the comments below. I would definitely like to do one. Definitely, it would allow me to get an understanding of the Warden before I even make the video. So definitely let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. So with that being said, you can see that we have established the funnel going down here with the king. We now have the Yetis moving in. Notice another jump spell getting us into the eagle. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use another jump spell over a similar sized compartment over the queen compartment. So you see what's going on. Even if it's a lava hound, it's really not a big issue. All we have to do is poison it. So you'll see the Yetis are doing a lot of work. We get over to the town hall. We're going to freeze it. Then we're going to pop the Warren ability, especially if we're going in away from the town hall. That's what we should be doing. Now, what about the blimp? What about the Yeti Bomb? Well, you're going to see from here. Okay, so we cleared this area out for the most part with the Yetis. Okay. So what about the Yeti Bomb? What else is left? Well, the Yeti Bomb is going to clear this area of the base. It's going to go in right here. It's going to clear a large chunk right over here. So you'll see that what's going to happen right here. We're going to pay attention to this. When the Yeti Bomb goes down, it's going to take out the air defense, then the Inferno, and then what we're going to be seeing is we're basically just going to be seeing those Yeti mites taking out those defenses in that area. So you'll see on the opposite side, though, is you'll see that the bowlers are starting to thin out along with the fact of the Yetis. There's no more Yetis. So that is kind of a big issue there, but you can see how much value the Yeti Bomb did get, and that is what you're trying to do here. So Yeti Bombs can be used either right at the beginning, they can be used at the end, and they can be used like maybe in like the middle of the attack. So this is still a great example of using a Yeti Bomb at Town Hall 12 with a Yeti Smash. So definitely, if you guys are interested in sort of learning Yetis and Yeti Smash, definitely remember to if you guys have made it this far, then remember to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you guys can join the Corrupt fam, and also never miss an upload. But you guys can see that this is such a powerful strategy still. It may not be able to wreck every single base, but this is still a very strong strategy that I wanted to sort of showcase to you guys, teach you guys. Hopefully that this video is still going to be able to help you guys choose the right bases for Yetis. But let's go ahead and move on into 2 more examples using Yeti Smash. So we're going to be taking a look at something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at another P.E.K.K.A. Smash-esque variation, and we're seeing a P.E.K.K.A. Yeti Bow Bat attack. So this is still a P.E.K.K.A. Bow Bat featuring a couple Yetis, and what this strategy is actually very strong. I mean, I did really see this, and it was definitely really unique, to say the least. So what we're doing is we're using, our first part is creating the wall breakers. So what we're seeing here is we are going to create a warden, using a warden walk, we're going to create this side of the funnel. On this side, we're going to use the king. Once we've actually gotten our grand warden to start going into here, we're going to have our wall wrecker going into the base, and you're going to see that the wall wrecker is actually going to go in a little bit later, which is going to allow us to get rid of this town hall. On top of this, as we're going in, again, this is triple singles. So this means, so you're definitely going to see how you're able to use this without, worrying so much about your wall wrecker popping. So you'll see so we're going to entirely watch this example so that then you guys can see what's going on. Again, we're using a bat wave, so very, very simple. I would recommend 5 to 6 bats, so definitely it depends on what you're bringing. Like you see right here, we only have 2 freeze spells, 2 rage, 1 jump, and 2 freeze with 5 bats. So that is really what you're going to be seeing in this example. So the idea here, though, is we are creating the funnel, which is the reason why we took 2 balloons in order to create that side of the funnel. So what we're doing is we're going to allow ourselves just to create the funnel here. So we're letting our warden walk just walk this section. On the opposite side, we've got the king that's rolling in. He's going to be creating that side. Now notice that what we are doing up here is we had a super goblin that was able to lure out the CC, but it was trying to take it out because it was lureable, or it was out in the open. So that means and because there were no, resource buildings up there, it was easy for us, for just a super goblin to take that out. So now what you'll see going in is we now have P.E.K.K.A.'s Yetis, and bowlers, along with the Queen, Grand Warden, and the Wall Wrecker right behind them. So this is why the Wall Wrecker isn't going to be used first. So you'll see that the P.E.K.K.A.s are actually going to work themselves into the base, take down the single Inferno. Really good here, like you see. Now the Wall Wrecker is going to be going in a little bit later, so you guys can see right here, we did still pop the ability to protect everything, including the Wall Wrecker. And from what you guys can tell is we've now got that Wall Wrecker that is going to work its way and still tank for everything close to the Town Hall. So now what you'll see from here is we're now using the Bat Wave. And the Bat Wave, like I've said before, Bat Wave is when you're using the bat spells on the outskirts of the base to get value from your bats and just have easy pathing. The reason that this is being done is triple single Infernos. So you'll see here is that as we're working our ways through the entire base, we've got to use our free spells to where those bats can really start to, sort of overwhelm the splash buildings. For instance, like this Wizard Tower. Now, what about the Town Hall? Well, we still have P.E.K.K.A.s, we still have Yetis, and we even still have the bats. As you can see right here, they're going to easily clear up that Town Hall, meaning that it's going to be very easy for the bats to work themselves through the Teslas and all those other defenses. With the help, though, still of the Yetis and stuff, they are going to be able to really work their way through. And with that being said, that gives you guys how to use this attack. Doesn't really appear to be as strong. Again, it does start to thin out, but you guys can still see, as long as you still have ability, if you still have maybe even a Yeti up, maybe some balloons, you should still be able to really allow yourself to 3-star more consistently with this strategy. Let me know if you guys want to see this strategy a little bit more. I would definitely love to actually cover this one. Definitely seems a little bit OP at first. Definitely starts to thin out like a regular P.E.K.K.A. Bow Bat most of the time. So definitely, as far as I can say, this is still quite a strong method. Just really, you got to think about the base and see really what works. But that being said, let's move on into our final example using a Yeti Smash, or really Yeti variation. So we've got our final example, and the biggest thing here in this variation is a quad Quake. So the quad Quake should be done in order to sort of damage defenses and also open up a fair chunk of the base. So this means that we're going to be using our jump first. We also want to take a look at compartment sizes. Seeing this compartment here allows us to jump right into here and quad Quake that entire top section. So what this means is that what we're going to be doing is creating a funnel over here with the siege barrack, using the warden walk over here to sort of establish this side of the funnel. So what we're going to be seeing is this sort of being carved out. Then we have the Yetis and everything moving into here. Notice that this one does not have bowlers. So what we're doing in this case is that if there's not really much bowler bounce value, we're going to be using P.E.K.K.A.s. If there is, then definitely bowlers will be a better choice, like you saw at the beginning of the video. So with that out of the way, let's sort of play this one just to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to start with the warden walk. It's such a great way to funnel. Like you saw in the last two examples, this is the third one using a Yeti, or using the warden walk. So you saw a queen walk being done and a warden walk. So definitely choose which one you think is better for you. I believe that they will both still work definitely very well. But the Yeti, or at least with the warden walk, it's just so much better. You're able to make a funnel so much easier. What you'll see from here is that what we're doing is we're establishing that side of the funnel. Super easy and stuff like that. We have the king that can go in. We can use like a couple wizards with him, which is definitely something that I would recommend. But you'll see that we're going to be dropping in a couple P.E.K.K.A.s or a P.E.K.K.A. Then we're going to drop in that siege barrack. So we're going to continue to create this funnel driving in this way. Once we sort of create that funnel, we're going to drop in this, or drop in a couple P.E.K.K.A.s, drop in the Yetis, and now we're going to take that jump right into the base with the king. No queen yet. You can see that we're actually using the queen right there, driving in right behind everything. And you can see that quad Quake and how it went down. Look at the area of effect. It definitely deals a lot of damage to the surrounding walls and a lot of damage to any defenses around there. And you guys can see from here is that once we pop that Warden ability, we're going to easily work our way through. Poison's going to easily deal with the lava pups, and once we get right over to this town hall area, all we have to do really is just clear it, and then everything's going to move right out of that compartment. It's going to allow us to get right up through. That just allows our hogs and our yetis to stay in this section, while our queen goes over here near this single inferno. With still having the queen's ability, it's an easy wreck. This is the proper way. If you are interested in using quad Quake, then this is definitely a viable way to doing it. You want to make sure though that you are getting easy value with your jump, easy value with your quad Quake, that way you can open compartments and damage defenses, and you're also trying to make sure that you're creating that funnel. Like you saw here, great example all the way around, just a dominant performance using this one. So you guys can see definitely there's a big difference, but this is a better example than the last three. With that being said, guys, that is going to do it for the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys don't miss anything, and also to join the Corrupt fam. Also, feel free to go ahead and join my community Discord or follow me on Instagram, Twitch, or Twitter, and also feel free to go ahead and follow or join any of the clans I'm covering within the description, or well, in the description is going to be all the clans Discord servers that I do cover in Clash of Clans. So definitely, if you are looking for a clan to join and you want to participate in League Wars, then definitely remember to sort of either join one of those to see if you have what it takes to join a League clan. Also, feel free to go ahead and, if you guys want to support me anywhere further, feel free to go ahead and maybe even purchase some merch over via Playmakers Gaming, which there is a link in the description, along with maybe even becoming a member here on the channel by clicking the join button. But with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.